You know, deciding to even think about life without medication, that's a huge step. It's a really personal journey. And if you're here thinking about that path, you're in exactly the right place. So let's get into it.
Maybe you've been taking an antidepressant for a while now, maybe even years. And that little question starts to pop up. Do I still need this? What would it be like without it? It's a totally valid question, and it deserves a really thoughtful, supported answer.
And that's really why we're here. The idea can feel, well, a little scary, right? A bit uncertain. But our whole goal today is to show you a framework so you don't have to walk that path alone. This isn't just about stopping a pill. It's about a guided journey back to yourself. All right, so first things first, every good journey needs a map. And we're going to introduce a new kind of map for this process. It's called the spiral approach, and it's designed to completely reframe how we think about coming off these medications. And this is why having a good map is so important. More than half of people, 56%, experience withdrawal symptoms. So if you're worried about that, I want you to know it's not just in your head. It is a real physical process, and it's exactly why having a careful, thoughtful plan is absolutely essential. So, what is this spiral approach? Well, at its heart, it's a huge shift in thinking. It takes us away from this idea of a rigid medical checklist and moves us toward, well, a personal journey, a journey of restoration. And the most important part, it's something you co-create, you and your doctor together. It honors your experience. And here is the foundation of that map. It's built on 5 guiding principles. First, relational support. You and your doctor, you're a team, you're allies. Second, recursive time. And this is a big one. Progress isn't a straight line. You might circle back sometimes, and that's not failure, it's a learning. Third, an ecological perspective. Just think of your whole mind and body as an ecosystem that's gently rebalancing itself. Fourth, symbolic and narrative. It's about finding your own story, your own meaning in this process. And finally, co-presence of support, which just means building a whole network of care around you. It's not just one person. Okay, so with that new map in our hands, we can start to prepare. You wouldn't just start climbing a mountain without checking the weather and packing your gear, right? It's the same idea here. We gather the team and assess the terrain. This all kicks off with a really good, open conversation with your clinician. You'll talk about everything, your hopes, your fears, even why you started the medication in the first place. You'll honestly assess if now's the right time, what else is going on in your life. You'll look at the risks, based on what medication you're on and for how long. And maybe most importantly, you build that safety net. Who are you going to call? What's the plan if things get bumpy? And I really want you to let this sink in. This goes back to that idea of recursive time. A setback is not a failure. It is not a sign that you can't do this. It's just information. It's your body telling you what it needs. It's a chance to press pause, to learn something, and to tweak the plan together. All right, preparation's done. Now it's time to actually chart the course. This part is all about working together to create a tapering plan that is personal, flexible, and most of all, works for you. And this is just so important. There's no magic schedule that works for everyone. A one-size-fits-all plan, it just doesn't fly here. Your body, your life, your history with this medication, it's all completely unique. So your plan has to be unique too. Now, this is fascinating. This shows us the science behind how you reduce the dose. For a long time, doctors used a linear approach, cut by 5 milligrams, then another 5, and so on. But that can feel like falling off a cliff at the end. Why? Because when the dose is really low, even a tiny reduction has a huge impact. The hyperbolic approach is smarter. As the dose gets lower, the steps you take get smaller and smaller. It gives your brain time to adapt and makes that final landing so much smoother. And this quote, it just nails it. When you sit down with your doctor and map out that schedule together, something powerful happens. It stops being a set of instructions from them, and it becomes our plan. You're in the driver's seat too. That feeling of partnership, it's a game changer. Okay, you've got your map, you've got your plan, you've officially set sail. So now we're going to talk about actually navigating the journey, how to monitor your progress and manage any stormy weather that might pop up. A huge part of feeling in control is just knowing what to expect. These are some of the most common things people feel, and seeing them listed out like this can be so validating.
Those weird brain zaps, for example, they can be super unsettling if you don't know they're a known, temporary thing. Keeping a little log of this stuff helps you and your doctor spot patterns and make smart adjustments. Now this might be the most empowering slide we look at all day, because the number one fear for so many people is, oh no, is my depression coming back? This table gives you the tools to tell the difference. See how withdrawal often hits fast, has new physical symptoms, and comes in waves? A relapse tends to creep in slowly, feels like the old depression, and just kind of sticks around. Knowing this can take away so much of the fear and help you have a much clearer, calmer conversation with your team. And here's the cool part, you don't have to manage all this with just a pen and paper. There are some amazing digital tools to help. The Spiral Companion app can help you plan and track everything. An app called First Breath has guided breathing exercises for when anxiety spikes. And if you also happen to be tapering benzodiazepines, there's a guide for that too, to make sure everything is coordinated and safe. And finally, let's look ahead, because the whole point of this journey isn't just to stop a medication. It's to arrive on a new shore and to really thrive there. Finishing a taper is an incredible achievement, and staying well is an ongoing practice. Think of it like building a strong foundation. You've got these pillars: continuing therapy to sharpen your coping skills, treating your lifestyles, sleep, food, movement, like powerful medicine, and nurturing your connections with people and purpose. It's also about knowing your own warning signs and having a plan, and of course, staying in touch with your healthcare team. So, when you look back on all of this, remember, coming off medication isn't just about ending something. It's a process of learning about your own resilience, about your own strength. It's a pretty profound story. So the only question left to ask yourself is, what will your next chapter be?